Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saint-Cloud Racecourse here on Sunday. It is June the 30th, 2019. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on the program from Saint-Cloud, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and also join me next week for the Eclipse from Sandown, and also next Saturday is from Belmont, the Stars and Stripes Festival and the Belmont Derby and Belmont Oaks. Some great turf racing there, but today's card from Saint-Cloud is very good. Let's get to it. So we'll look at the stakes races 1, 5, 6, and 7. So races 1, 5, 6, and 7. Let's start off with the opener. The first race is the Prix de Saint Patrick Stakes. It's a listed stakes going for per $63,500. Race for 3-year-olds only. 4 horses are going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to go with the 3-horse Art Duval. Gonna go 3-1-4 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 3-1-4 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 3-horse Art Duval. This 3-year-old colt by No Nay Never. James Doyle's on this one for Godolphin and Charlie Appleby, and something the UK runners are so good at doing in France, and mainly the Godolphin Charlie Appleby horses are going over to sweep these listed stakes. Not the big group races, which they do well in also, but the record in these listed stakes in France are just incredible, and I think they'll keep the streak going because I think this horse is much the best. The horse's most recent outing came the 14th of February at Meydan in the UAE, 1 mile in a conditions race, and the horse won by 4, and he was just much the best. Quickened up nicely. It even could have won by another mile, but it was a very easy run there off the break. Before that, the horse ran at Deauville in a listed stakes 1 mile, and won the few listed stakes that Godolphin lost with a UK shipper. He finished second by 1.5 lengths. He just couldn't get in front of Dukes of Hazzard, but he still ran in a massive race. And then the 1st of August at Sandown, 7 furlongs and a 2-year-old novice race. The horse won by 1 3/4, and again, just went away with it, quickened up nicely, very easy race. First off the break, it's a lesser quality spot, has 3 other rivals. Even in the short career, his 3 races have beat all the other horses here, and even money I'll take him. It's not the best price in the world, but we'll have to hit the Tri-Cast to make some extra money here. So here's my Tri-Cast to recap my selection for the first from Saint-Cloud. It's the Prix de Saint Patrick. Gonna go with the 3-horse Art Duval. I'll go 3-1-4 in the Tri-Cast Trifecta. So let's get to race number 5, which is the Group 2 Prix de MALLERET Stakes. It's a Group 2 race going for a purse of $150,000. Race for 3-year-olds only. Field of 7 horses going 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the turf course. Top selection, I'm going to take the 4-horse Medea. I'm going to go 4-6-3 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 4-6-3 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, the 4-horse Medea. There's a 3-year-old filly by Frankel. Frankie Dettori's on this one for John Gosden. And the owners of this horse before the English Oaks said they wanted Rab Havlin on the horse because they thought Frankie just didn't fit the horse well. Boy, was he wrong, because the other horse, the other Gosden in the runner, and the Harpuno just went away with it for Dettori. But Dettori gets back in this one today. I think it's going to be the right fit for this horse. Like I said, this horse ran in the Derby at Epsom a few weeks ago, going the mile and a half, and the horse finished 7th by 6.5 lengths, and he just hit the wall there. Didn't handle Epsom. It wasn't the day to win. Stepped down class, back to the mile and a half trip today. I think he'll run a lot better. Before they ran Chester Monthrates in a 3-year-old novice race, and he won by 4.5 lengths and had the speed to win at Chester on those tight turns. He just went away with it, a very good run. And then before that, he ran at Chelmsford a mile and a quarter in a 3-year-old filly handicap. He won by 14, and again just went away with it, a very good run. Before the Chelmsford coming out party, the race before was at Yarmouth on the 23rd of October, 1 mile in a 2-year-old filly and novice race, and the horse won by a neck there. And again, on the front end, she just ran her race. She does her best running on the front end. And did you notice the jump cut? Pardon that, my cats were fighting outside my room, and I had to get to them just to make sure they didn't hit the other cat really bad like they did a few weeks ago, because he had to go to the vet. I know the story, but pardon that jump cut. But like I said, this horse does his best running on the front end. Smaller field today, opposed, not like the Oaks a few weeks ago. I think this horse will get to the front end. I think she sets some easy fractions and get away with it. Back to stakes company horses. Dettori's back up. You should handle the going. At 2-1, I'll take him. Her, not the best price in the world, but to recap my selection for the 5th, it's the Group 2 Prix de MALLERET. I'll go with the number 4 horse Medea. I'll go 4-6-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. So now let's get to the featured 6th race from Saint-Cloud, which is a very good race here, kind of a arc trial, shall we say. The 6th race, it's the Group 1 Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud. It's a Group 1 race going for a purse $461,500, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 7 horses are going 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to go with the 2 horse Marmello. I'm going to go 275 in the tri-cash trifecta. 275 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 2 horse Marmello, the 6-year-old horse by Duke of Marmalade. Christophe Soumillon gets the leg up on this one. And, Marmello has a kind of reputation of being a stayer, but I think he can win here going a mile and a half. His most recent outing came in the Coronation Cup at Epsom, mile and a half, May the 31st, where he finished 5th by 9 lengths. He moved a little bit that day, but it wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't the worst race either, shall we say. Before then, he ran in the Finest Surprise Stakes at Newbury, a mile and a half, April 13th, and he went by a length here, upsetting. He quickened up nicely in the front end, and he just went away with it. A very easy run there. And then before that, he ran the 6th of November at Flemington, 2 miles in the Melbourne Cup. He finished a very good second place finish behind Cross Counter. He just missed. He had a good weight. He stayed every bit of that 2 miles. Like I said, he loves the staying trip, but he can come back to a mile and a half like he did at Newbury. But if you look at his races last summer in France, he ran a decent second place finish in the Group 2 Prix Caligoulet at Deauville, and then he won the Group 2 Prix Maurice Daniel at Longchamp last year, and he won a listed stakes the Grand Cup at York last June very nicely. He's a good horse. Throughout that race last time at Epsom, horses, like I say, sometimes handle it, don't handle it. Cutting back in distance at 5-1, I think this horse is sitting on a very good run. He's going to be like your forgotten horse in this race today, shall we say, because everybody's talking about the Gosden runners and the 3-horse Thundering Blue, which I don't know why, but that's for another day. But to recap my selection for the 6 from Saint-Cloud, it's the Group 1 Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud. Let's take the 2 horse Marmello. Let's go 275 in the tri-cash trifecta. The 7th race from Saint-Cloud, it's the Group 2 Prix EUGENE Adam Stakes. It's a Group 2 race going for a purse of $150,000, race for 3-year-olds only. 6 horses are going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. I'm going to go with the 6 horse Montevite as a top selection. I'm going to go 652 in the tri-cash trifecta. 652 tri-cash trifecta, top selection 6 horse Montevite. This 3-year-old flea by Le Harvey. Christian Demera gets on this one for Jean-Claude Roux. The horse's most recent outing came the 26th of May at Longchamp, mile and a quarter in the Group 1 Prix de Saint-Malleret, and he finished 7 by 6 and 3/4 lengths behind Serafina, who just ran a hell of a race. Surprised me that day. Surprised me a little bit in the Prix de Diane also, where she ran a very good place that day from a YY poster, closing up well. But that day, Serafina ran well. This horse, he just couldn't get into it. It was never comfortable, and also was drawn a little bit too wide. Today, with a lower post draw, lesser quality race, I think she can win against these horses. Before that, she ran the Group 3 Prix de la Grotte at Longchamp, 1 mile, April the 14th. First off the refreshing, she finished 7 by 3 3/4 lengths there, and she just never got into it. It wasn't her day to win. If she gets back to her 2-year-old form, she wins, like I said. Before that, she ran the Group 3 Prix de Reservoirs at Deauville, 1 mile, on October 24th, and she finished 2nd by half length. There, she ran a good race. She did a good move, just not as good as the winner, but she still ran well. And then she won a novice race at Leon Patty very nicely, and she broke the maiden at Deauville very nicely going down the straightaway. She's a good post draw. Like I said, she can find her 3-year-old form. She wins today. I'll take her here. She also gets a little bit of a weight break of 3 pounds compared to the others. But to recap my selection for the 7 from Saint-Cloud, it's the Group 2 Prix EUGENE Adam. I'm going to go with the 6 horse Montevite. I'm going to go 652 in the tri-cash trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck.